Hello, welcome back to the Healing Table. I'm Grace.
I'm Julia, and welcome back to the Healing Table.
Hello, you guys. So, today we're going to be talking about a really specific topic. So, I know that many parents, especially African parents, like to compare their kids to a lot of other kids, cousins, whoever else is in the family. I know that you might have probably heard one of your parents saying, "Why can't you be more like this person?" or "Why can't you do this like this person?" And we're going to be talking about the effects it has on the child and why parents do that, the thought process in a way, or what they could think that and could do versus also how to basically not do that. We gotta grow from that because it really does damage kids and confidence within themselves to complete certain tasks. So, first thing I want to ask you is, did anyone growing up compared you to anybody else?
Well, for me, and I grew up with my brother. Basically, I'm kind of invisible in certain kind of way because they don't even tell me I can be a better person or compare me with anybody. For them, in their faces, I am nobody. And I become to accept that when I know that my brother is not my dad. I become to realize that that can go together. So really nobody even compare me with somebody. I am invisible because my dad passed away when I was a kid, and I went through a lot, and they never tell me I can be anything or I can do anything, or somebody compare me like, oh, you can be a good doctor, or you can be a, I never hear anything good that is coming from family map. And that's the reason why this show is not just me talking. It's kind of healing for me too, because I hold those stuff for a long time. And I think everything that I went through is kind of affect me not to let my kid to flow because I'm scared. Anything can happen to them. Because when I was kid, I don't have anybody to protect me, only God. So I did not have anybody to compare me to anybody. Did anybody compare you to anybody?
Yeah, you compared to me to a lot of things. I would say sometimes I don't really necessarily remember, but I know sometimes you would say, oh, whether it comes to cleaning or getting a better grade, or I know I definitely heard something like that growing up and
Better,
stuff.
getting a better grade. My kid
Whether
is
it be
smart.
between me and Brown or whatever, but it always felt not necessarily like a competition, but almost it really did. But I definitely have heard you say some things along the lines of that growing up.
Like, where you can be, where you cannot be like Brown. Because you know why? You're great.
No, not education wise, but or
Doing
maybe
choices.
or maybe cleaning.
Okay.
Oh, or why can't this person who cleans this? Why can't you be more like this person? They listen to. They don't ask questions. Whatever.
So let me talk to you guys about girls. Girls is a really tough race. When you tell them like, do something, they were not gonna go and do it right away. They will make you sometimes feel like you have to repeat yourself a couple of times before they do it. For the boys, if you tell them do thing, they will go ahead and do it. If they don't want to do it, they will tell you straight ahead. That's the difference. I was like, why you don't take a step from your brother and just be like them and make my life easier? That I had to repeat myself over and over. That's the only thing I did. So if you get offended about that, I'm so sorry. But I was thinking like just to give me a little bit easier than repeating myself. And basically, if you letting your family or your parents repeat themselves, they're gonna make them to think like they're gonna get angry. Because I, the child, it doesn't listen one time and just help you to do whatever you have to do. That it doesn't have to take you to that point that you will be angry and you will be word to words and all that kind of stuff, and that's the one that's gonna bring a
I
quarreling.
feel a lot of the times it's not necessarily that we're not trying to listen. It's just that you told me in the most inconvenient time ever, and I can get it done, but it's not going to be in your time frame. It's going to be in my time frame. If you're asking me to do something that's going to help you versus me trying to finish homework right now,
You guys
or
see that?
something to do something for myself right now that I have to do that's important, I can push that till later. If it's cleaning the dishes or something like that could be done later, it's still going to be done. But I would say that's the only thing that I feel like you wanted things to be done right now. Stop everything I'm doing right now, go do it. And that's not how, I don't think either me, Tala, or Joy did work at all.
It did not work like that at all. Zero.
So,
Zero in that. They're gonna do it in their own way, and sometimes those steps gonna skip until the next day for them to do it. And that just is, sometimes it keep you worried. Sometimes if I'm not busy, I just go ahead and do whatever I tell them to do. They're not ready to do it. Sometimes they're just sitting there in the computer not doing nothing, period. But they just, sometimes I feel like they want to play a mind game, because they were like, we're just going to push that button. How mom is going to act after that. Because sometimes you guys don't do nothing. Like you're sitting in the computer having fun. Especially when it's school time, I don't tell my kid to clean up or do anything else. But Friday and Saturday and Sunday, I expect them to help me a lot. And that's the way sometimes I compare, why you don't be so. Here the kid, children, if you want to do stuff in your own time, put your own time and do it before your mom open the mouth. That will make a good sense.
we don't know when they're gonna open their mouth. So we're gonna do it at our own time. That's just like, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes, I even just thought of this one thing that you were saying, or you had said to me, where it was like, oh, why can't you wash the dishes like them, or it would rather be like something like that. But a lot of the times I feel like when you say things like that, you just want to talk or just say something because do you want help or you don't want help? That's the real thing. I'm sitting here and I'm just,
so Gracie, so okay, let's go with this. If you one day you have your kid, what are you gonna do with them? You're gonna tell them to do anything?
I never said not to tell me.
If you tell them to do something and they don't want to do it, how are you gonna feel?
Well, the first thing that I know for sure, I'm gonna make sure that my kids know is to clean up after themselves, and I'm gonna clean after myself always. That's the biggest thing. Is a lot of times, growing up, I was the one to clean up after everybody else. Obviously, my little sisters, they would help here and there, but they're little, they can't really do anything. And then my brother, he didn't really do anything except for mop the floor. So everything else was on me. And it just felt like, so if you want help, that's what I'm trying to do. But also, I want to do it in my own time. And just like I feel like how Joy probably feels now, because I know that Joy is the only girl that actually lives here right now. And she actually goes to school and stuff still. School is a lot of time out of your day, and it's a lot that drains your social battery as well. And sometimes we do want to have a good time, to just an hour to just play the game, or an hour to just lay down, take a nap or something before I hear, go clean this mess that I didn't even make.
To be honest, I don't pressure my kid that bad, like the way there is a family that they can learn, that they can breathe. I don't push them so hard. I just, sometimes I need help. And that's the reason, that's the way that I know how to reach for help. So, yes, because she's older, I always put the weight on her a little bit, but it's not like coming from school and straight hair with like 1, 2, 3, no, I don't. I will maybe around 7 or 8 hours, like, can you guys just wash for me the dishes? Or can you guys do this for me? Sometimes they will do it. Sometimes they will just look at me like, they didn't respond. But now I got it. I have to wait for their own way. They did not even tell me that. You should say, hey mom, I'm going to wash the dishes, but I'm going to wash it in my own time. That would be good. I will understand that you're going to wash it, but in your own time, and make it easy on you and me. So we have to come in that conclusion sometime. Yes, we respect your time. Yes, we respect you, and we respect your help and everything. But children, from now on, if you don't feel like you want to help your child, your mom or your family member now, tell them, I'm going to do it when I'm going to get to it when I can get to it. But it's not right now. Just be open, and that will be okay with me. And if I think I cannot wait, hey, go watch it for yourself, right? So if you tell me that, no, mom, I'm going to do it, but it's not going to be right now, I will understand that very well. So for the kids, you have to communicate with your mom a lot, especially in the kitchen time. Hey, I need you to cook this. Mom, I have a lot of homework. I have a lot to do, but I'm going to do it when I am done. Oh, mom, I'm resting. When I'm finished resting, I will go do whatever you need me to do. That communication is not there in that time, but I am saying that for the new generation and for my daughters for tomorrow, so they can do better than the way I did.
I would say that was something that I could just bring up for this conversation, that topic, just because as a kid I really did feel like I had to do a lot of chores, so much chores all the time. And then she would complain about the chores or compare somebody else who barely does chores job versus mine, and it makes me feel bad about myself in a way, and it makes me feel like she doesn't really appreciate everything that I do or see anything that I do, whether in the house at all. So I feel like sometimes when parents come to their kids, and I feel like maybe they think they're trying to motivate them to do things better or clean that dish better or clean that water or do, but in a way it just makes the kids feel sometimes like they're not enough, or they have what they're doing is being unseen or not appreciated as much, because obviously house, you gotta be clean and things like that, but it's not really a thank you after. I really appreciate you so much for doing this
I
for
say
me.
that all the time. Yes, I do.
Not growing up,
Yes, I do, Grace. You might be forgetting.
no. As a
Yeah.
kid, no. But maybe growing up now, I guess, I don't know. It's been a long time since I've been in the house. But as a kid, I definitely truly believe like that you really didn't see anything that I did, because you'd always say something about the stuff that I like, whether it be cleaning. You always said had something bad to say about something that I've done that cleaning wise.
Let me tell you guys this. I don't know. I need the children not to be offended, because as a parent, we do not want to yell on you and you be scared. And instead, in that, I can correct you in different way. Why you cannot do it that way? It can be clean better, or why you don't.
But
cook.
even in the wording of the way that you're saying it, that's not the right way to say it, I don't think, at all. Because I feel like then it's like a different way of just saying, hey, how did you clean it? Next time, can you please try it this way? Whenever you show them, this is the way that I prefer. Not just, why don't you do it like this?
Yes, I want to remind you guys that we come from Africa.
But these are the things that we're trying to...
Yeah, we're fixing it. But imagine you come from Africa, if you did not do anything, you got beat up so badly. Maybe tomorrow you can get up. So you come here in this country and you try to learn about this country. And you tell your kid, hey, why you don't do this way? This is the way that, for me, to let you know that this thing is not done this way, it gotta be done this way. But if the child feel like that's not good way for me to talk to you, it's good always to tell me, like, why you cannot, why you cannot say this instead of that. We are here to correct each other. We come from different places. You come from my womb, I come from Africa. We meet, here, we learning. So yes, maybe you feel that way because you don't know what I meant, but the way I meant is, if you do this way, it's better than do it that way. That's the way I meant. I did not mean anything. I did not want to disgrace you or not thankful that you did what you did or anything. And basically, sometimes, if I'm not busy, I always do stuff by myself a lot when I was younger, because sometimes I try to avoid to be waiting for my child to do for me something or to help me at all, because that will create stuff that you do not want to go in the bed and thinking about something else. So yes, sometimes I tell her, don't, but in all that, I know that if she know that or she doesn't know that, my daughter Grace, she can cook very good. Nobody go anywhere and try to learn something. It's not gonna criticize anything in anywhere in the world. So that's my way to make her to be a better person, to be a better girl. My daughter can cook and she can clean. She can take care of a lot of things that I would not think that she will do it. And guess what? Because I teach her better, her sister's following the stuff. And instead of me doing yelling or talk to them like the way I talk to her, because the sister already watching her what they do and they're just following her stuff. And that was easier. So in the family, they say always you have to train the first child. The first boy is for the dad to train. The girl, it had to be for the mom to train, and you had to train the first child better so that the following up is going to leave for you a little bit of heaviness and all that stuff. So The little one is gonna watch her older sister what she doing, and they just does it. You might correct them, but it's not gonna be the effort that you put in the first child for everything. You should have to do 1, 2, 3. You gotta do it this way. You gotta, yes, sometimes it hurt, but for me, it's better than beating the child or yelling on the child. I do not accept somebody yelling on the child or beating the child. Yes, I can talk maybe wrong way, the way you in your mind processing, but that's the way that I know in that time how to make you to be better girl.
I was gonna ask you if, since you said that's just something that you grew up in Africa, how they said stuff to you, but I would ask if that way was effective for you, that the way that they say things to you not hurt your feelings.
Well, to be honest, I said I did not grow up with my dad. Everything that I do, if I did it right and I did it wrong, if I did it in the last time that they want me to do, I always get beat up. That's the truth to be told. They're never gonna be yelling on me or send me to the corner, all that stuff. I went through a lot, and I give a credit for myself that I become this person because I've been strong for all that stuff. And I do not want my child to go through what I went through. That's my change that I make when before I even have you and your brother. I put in myself that I'm never gonna yell at my child. I'm never gonna beat up my child. I will talk to them. I know some word maybe will be harsh, but it's coming from somebody that got even worse. So sometimes
But you did whoop us, me and Brown, until
that's called spanking. That's not whooping. Whooping that all your body is like
whooping is whenever
that's a spanking.
No, because some of the reasons sometimes was not good reason to get whooped.
What kind of reason that you don't want to get whooped?
One time whenever me and Brown were playing in the room and Dad was ironing and he burned me and he blamed Brown on it and then he beat Brown up. And that's not Brown's fault. He didn't even do anything.
And that's wrong.
But it wasn't until Tala was born that you guys stopped really.
That was wrong. To get beat up because somebody else did something. I know that in Africa it's really bad. One person did something or every kid is gonna get whooping. And that's wrong. Because you're just paying beating for somebody for something that you didn't even know anything of, and this is wrong. If anybody out there is still doing this is wrong. If the child did something, punish that child and only that child and correct them. Not just punish them and leave them alone. You have to correct them. So yes.
But I would say that comparison, our parents comparing to your life or the things that you do in your life or in general with other people that you may know or like cousins and stuff, I would say this is just really not healthy, especially for the relationship with the kid and the cousin or the sibling as well, because then they will start to build some type of resentment. Because I definitely did build some type of resentment a little bit towards Brown because I felt like he didn't really do as much as me, but he got a lot of praise still. And whenever it was like always just being so hard on me 24/7. And I think obviously I love my brother and I don't resent him now, but as a kid growing up, I didn't really like that at all.
So
and it's also like the way that you guys raise the boys and the girls different.
That's the way I try to clarify. Like you said, it's culture. The girls raised different than the boys. Yes, those stuff that have to be over here in America, we have to take that away from the table. We have to treat the girls just like we treat the boys. But if we come in Africa, the boys, they don't do anything. The only thing they can go walk in the yard outside, walk in the car, do stuff like that. But the girl, it doesn't matter what kind of education level you have, you're always going to be in the kitchen and you're always going to be doing stuff in the kitchen. I know in America here it's not acceptable. Some kids, they don't like that. They like the brother to be helping too. So that's the reason why we come with this channel, so we can change a lot of stuff. As you guys hear that what is she doesn't like and what I did, some of the stuff is not correct, it's not okay. But we are here to correct all those stuff so that when she have her own kid or my son have her own kid, so they don't have to do those stuff, so they can be better. So yes, and that's a good thing with this show. She talk about her feeling, and I will tell her why did I feel at the time, and if I'm wrong, I have every right to say I'm so sorry. And it's always for us to come together and say sorry, and we're going to move forward. And this stuff is very good, because if you did not say it, I'm not going to know how you feel, right? But now you say it, I know how you feel, and I'm telling you, I'm so sorry if I make you feel like you're the only person who had to do everything in the house, because you're my older daughter, because I love you so much, because I need you to be a successful woman, because I don't need you to depend on anybody when you grow up. And here we are. You are resilient. You are good, you're courageous, you're beautiful, and she's a hardworking girl. So that's the way I raised you up to be the woman that you are today. And I know that it was hurt that time, but I know that when you're still growing, when you're gonna have your kid, you're gonna remember all that stuff that I said and why I say it. And now you say that it hurt you, so that when you saying for your kid, you're gonna say it in the better way. So that's good. That's a good correction, and I really appreciate that too.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Not really.
All right. Well, I would say I really did appreciate this conversation between the both of us, and also I hope that you guys also take from this conversation as well. Every conversation that we have with you guys, I hope you take a little something from it. And
yes, I would say everything that we say here, that's something that me and her and everybody in my family, in my household, went through. And I know that there is a lot of family over there going through that, and some of them they're going through worse than that, and they can be worse and worse than that. But those video, I need you guys to share it. Everybody needs something. Everybody want to hear something from somebody that they can relate to. And the girls, I know Grace's topic, whatever she said, you guys are gonna be related to. And I know some of you guys have the worst of the worst. But I need you guys to take it to make you stronger, not to break you. I need you guys to become better than that. So that tomorrow when you're creating your own family, you gotta know how to do it and how you gotta respond to every conversation. So save this video for tomorrow. I need you guys to share it, because more you guys sharing it, more is gonna get to more people, and a lot of people they're gonna change their behavior or the way that we as the adult we thought we are doing it right. But then like you guys hear from my daughter, I was doing it wrong because I supposed to include her brother in everything. So I need you guys to learn from this. I need you guys to share it. I need you guys to subscribe, and please go to YouTube channel so you can listen to whole conversation, not a little bit here and there. We have a YouTube channel. If you don't know how to type YouTube, just after you finish the TikTok, or
you can just follow our Facebook, because our
Yeah.
Facebook page has the direct link to
the Facebook page have a direct link. You just click in there and go watch the full conversation. And please, you have to share, you have to subscribe, and you have to share this stuff to many people as you can. I know that some people, like there's some mom or some parents, when you send it to them, they will listen, they will be angry, but they will come back and think about it and thank this platform, because we want to change the way that we're raising our children.
It's
Definitely.
good to have those conversations now before later, because it's probably going to take a lot longer for you guys to rebuild. Once you build that wall, it's hard to break
Break
back
it down.
But then again, sometimes I feel like maybe parents feel like they can't speak to their child about certain things, and they just are a child. So
Yeah.
I would say maybe if you're in your 20s, you're in college, and you feel like you want to have these conversations,
Have
I feel
it.
like have those conversations with them, because you are an adult now, and you have
In peace.
to be able to go throughout everything that you want to accomplish in this world. So maybe then the parents will probably listen to you a little bit more, just because they know that you have more responsibilities and things of that nature, and they're trying to grow out of seeing you as like a kid. Now they're an adult child, so they might be able to feel like they feel more comfortable talking to you about certain things. So,
And I want to say another thing. Some of the parents, they don't know how to approach the children because they never have that relationship. Some of them, they did not try. Some of them, maybe they tried 2 or 3 times and they got flashback because they don't have a relationship, and they just give up on it. I want to tell all the family, don't give up in your relationship with your children, because you need your peace, and that child need the peace too. Whatever you guys have, sit down at the table, discuss it, and then you guys have to find the solution together so that you guys can move to the next chapter. Because if you guys get stuck in that, I'm telling you guys, there is a stuff that I stuck on it when I was like 3 years old until today. I never forget about it. Yes, I forgive, but those stuff coming back over and over and over and over. Because why? Because I never talk about it with anybody. I don't have anybody to talk about it with. So now this healing table is bringing here and there out, and I'm getting healing on myself, and that's good. I wish there is those kind of show long time ago when I was raising you guys up so I can do better. But it's a blessing for the other generation that's coming. They will have this for a long time. Even though when I'm not here anymore, they still can watch this video over and over and over for generation to come. So I don't know if Gracie have something to say today, but I am done for today.
And I think that will wrap up our video for today. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Thank you. That's a good conversation.